My party people, what's going on? DTI fan, daily drive-by. As you can see, I got the bike in the back. I got poison ivy on my neck. And we got our running clothes on because we just got to run in. There's something I'm learning about training. And I know that I haven't talked about training enough. Some people might say I talk about it too much. But let me tell you, there's all kinds of stories and things and just life lessons that I'm taking away from it. And so this week, this poison ivy is just freaking awful, dude. It's like talking to me every time I freaking see it. But this week, I want to talk to you guys about kind of like a mindset shift, mindset unlock that I've had over the last week and a half during training. So the workouts are long right now, 2.5 hour bike rides, hour and 40-minute runs, 45-minute swims. And that's just 3 of the workouts in the week's program. Then there's shorter ones. There's hour and 10-minute bike rides. There's 45-minute runs. There's 20-minute swims. All on top of trying to get my other habits in daily. So, as I told you, some things are tailored right now so that way I can prioritize this Ironman training before the race is here, which is crazy to say, but it's 25 days away. So we are rocking and rolling. The race is booked. The hotels are booked. We got a fam dinner that we paid for on Friday that will be with the tribal community. So I'm really excited about all of this. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about this unlock that I've had lately. And it's all around the mindset that I'm in when I go about these different workouts. Because some weeks it's a fucking grind. And I'm like, God, I don't want to do this. This sucks. I don't want to do it. Some weeks I'm like, man, this is hitting really easy. I want to do this. It's fun, blah, blah, blah. And then there's other weeks where it's all right, I'm going to build, develop, and grow this week because of the workouts, this and that. And so your mindset shifts. The way that you think about things, the way that you take perspectives is ultimately how you are going to carry yourself. Carry yourself through these workouts, carry yourself as an individual, carry yourself when challenges come up, carry yourself when there's adversity in life, challenging your mindset, your vision, your attitude, and even challenging relationships and things. Because if you don't set the right path, if you don't have the right mindset, then it can't really flow. It can't really move seamlessly. And we've talked about all these different points throughout it. Busy schedule, travel, substituting some resistance training out, keeping the habits of getting the steps, connecting and making sure that Lo and I are on the same page, travel for personal stuff, just all these different things that pile on to an already demanding task, which is an Ironman. But the last couple weeks, I've been realizing that I need to just settle in. So this past weekend, I had an hour and 40-minute run. The boys were out there with me. Shout out to them because it makes it a lot freaking easier. But as we're running, we're setting a pace. And then, the pace speeds up and the pace slows down. And then, we have this push at the end of the workout. And everything I keep telling myself is settle in. Meaning when I'm running, find a stride. Find that rhythm, find that routine, find that mindset, find that vision, lock in. What are you looking at? What are you thinking about? How are you talking to yourself? All of these things, settle into the moment, be present, be aware, be cognizant of what's going on. And then at the end of it, I'm like, holy shit, I was locked in for that. Damn, I felt good. For my bike ride, seats uncomfortable, roads are bumpy, stop and go because I'm in the city, so I got to stop at stop signs, stoplights. I got to wait for people to cross in cars, on feet, on bikes. And so there's a lot of things that are distracting. There's so many things going on around. Settle in. Focus on what's important. Focus on the miles ahead. Focus on the time. Focus on your speed. Focus on your shifting. Focus on the way you're turning. Focus on the way you're connecting with your bike. Settle in. When I'm in the swims, I'm thinking, and you would think that you would just go out there. Dude, everybody I talk to about swims, by the way, thinks that they're just this phenomenal fucking swimmer. And I'm here to tell you, they probably aren't. Most people cannot competitively swim. I don't care what they say. 1.2 miles is not an easy distance to swim, let alone under a time pressure and people kicking you and hitting you and all these different things. And so when I'm in the water, you're thinking about your stroke, you're thinking about your head position, you're thinking about your legs kicking. For somebody new at it like me, other people, this is second nature. For me, it is not. So there's a lot going on in my mind. But it's like, settle in, be present, look this way, keep your head, your arms, come into the water, and all these different, settle in, Fred, settle in. And so when I started using this verbiage of settle in, I noticed that it didn't just impact me in the Ironman training. I noticed that it didn't just impact me in the bikes, runs, and swims. I started noticing that it was impacting me during travel. Flights getting delayed, this and that. I just want to get home. I've been gone all week, but settle in. Be present. What can you do at this time that you now have at the airport? This time that you now have on the road? Can you make calls? Can you follow up on things? When you're at the airport, can you answer emails more? Can you get your expenses in? There's always something that can be done. And so if my mind was always just being shaken up like a snow globe and everything just falling sporadically everywhere, would I really be able to get much accomplished? Would I really be able to advance? Would I really be able to hone in on my craft? Would I really be able to get better? And so as I think about settling in and I think about all these different ways that it's impacting me in my life, it's maybe one of the main messages that I've learned during training. And this Ironman to me is not about crossing the finish line at a certain time. It's not about being able to be like, look what I fucking did. What's important to me is just crossing that finish line, to show myself that I am capable to do this, that I can do what I put my mind to. But at the same time, what am I picking up and what am I thinking about and how am I talking to myself and what am I learning from this process? Because if I'm not learning anything from this process, then what the fuck does the finish line mean? Far too often, I think we get wrapped up in that finish line. Buying a car, buying a house, completing an actual race, getting a job promotion, getting into a relationship. But at one point, there was a journey that you had to go through in order to make each and every one of those things happen. There was a process that you had to go through. There was grit, there was grind, there was determination, there was perseverance, there was passion. Like, these things don't just happen to us in life. We don't just happen to buy a new house. We don't just happen to buy a nicer car. We don't happen to just get a significant other. We don't happen to graduate college. We don't happen to get onto a sports team. We don't happen to go professional. We don't happen to, you see what I'm saying? And it goes on and on. Now, those things are all great, but those things are like finish lines. Like, I got it. I did it. And it's cool to flaunt it, show a picture on social media, whatever. But like, what could you and what could others have taken away from the journey? What motivated you to want that new car? What'd you do to have to get to it? What sacrifices did you make in order to be able to save up for it? What did you have to tailor in your life? What'd you get rid of? What'd you adjust? What'd you stop doing? What did you start doing? See what I mean? Like, there's a journey in all these things that we do in life. A journey that not only teaches us lessons, but it can teach those around us lessons. I think to some of my clients, and their finish line right now, whether it's weight that they've lost or it's strength that they've gained or whatever it is phenomenal. And it's cool to post about it. It's cool to talk about it. But when you just tell people like, hey, I lost X amount of weight. Hey, I benched this much. Hey, I feel better than I did in college and I'm 50. It's cool. They acknowledge it. But imagine if you showed that journey. Imagine if you showed that process of how it took you to lose all that weight. How it took you to be able to bench what you're benching. How it took you to be able to complete a race. Like, all of these different things showcase different aspects that will pull at people's strings. And it will show them that, you know, maybe I can do it too. Maybe if I approach it the way they did, it'll work for me. I've tried in the past and it didn't work. So I gave up. I stopped. I thought it couldn't happen to me. But maybe it can because Freddie did it. Maybe it can because Dylan did it. important to realize that there's always somebody looking up to us. Even if we don't know it, there's always somebody that's like, you know what, I wish they had what Freddie had, or I wish I had what Dylan had. Not because I want to be them or because I think they're this superior person, but because, you know, man, they just seem a little happier in life. Man, they've went through some dark things and they got over it. Man, the obstacles that they're thrown at, they push through it. So maybe there is something to this madness of what they're doing. Maybe there is something in this space that I can do to be able to live a healthier, happier life. And so I just want to leave you with this, is settle in. Settle into life. Settle into your job. Settle into your race. Settle into whatever you are doing or working towards to really appreciate the journey that you're going through. When I say settle in, that doesn't mean settle for less than what you're worth. In this scenario, I mean settle in to show yourself you're worth more than what the outcome would be if you're just blindly going through it. Go out there, achieve what you want, go after what you want. It is capable, it is able to happen. You just have to have the determination to get it done and the discipline and consistency to follow it. If you truly believe in something, then other people will see it and they will believe in it too. But if you don't truly believe in what you're capable of, then why should anybody else believe that you're capable of it? That's all I got. Have the desire to inspire, and go out there, live your best life, man. Go after your dreams. Settle in to whatever things you're trying to build and grow in life, and watch what can happen. Again, I never thought I would do this Ironman. I never thought I would go through this type of training. I never even thought that I would like endurance this much. But what it's doing is teaching me lessons about myself, and it's wrapping things up in a bow, and it's like, here, do with it as you will. One day, you guys will see how much that this Ironman has and is impacting me in my life. There's puzzle pieces moving all around. And one day, it's all going to make sense on why I did the 70.3. Because I don't even know why I did it at this point. I don't. But I see the things adding up of what I'm learning throughout this journey. So I can't wait to continue to grind until I can cross that finish line. But one thing you won't be able to say is that I didn't share this journey, is that I didn't talk about it. But what you will be able to say is I should have done more of it. Have the desire to inspire.